we going live?
You are here. You got to be patient, Gregory.
I want it live and I want it now. No.
I want it now.
Wait, he's Unbreakable Gregory, huh?
Yeah, I had to
You
add
just
something
broke
with,
him.
huh?
I think he just broke you.
Yeah. I had to add some kind of M. Night Shyamalan thing in my title there.
Yeah, so we are talking M. Night Shyamalan movies tonight. That is the topic. We're going to go through them. We're going to do a tier list, actually. And we're going to discuss each movie and then put them in a tier list. And I actually wrote down my personal top 3 as well. So if you guys want to do that, tell your top 3 personal. And we'll talk about that later. Now, there is a couple movies we're not covering tonight. I will just put this out there right away. We're not covering The Last Airbender, which is widely considered one of his worst movies. After Earth, another stinker with Will Smith and his son. Basically, Will Smith, they actually don't know how much involvement M. Night had in this because they said Will Smith basically took it over. So that's what I've heard on videos and stuff. And then his first movie that he did, which was called Praying Hard or Prayer. I don't know, Mike. Do you have it there on Rotten Tomatoes? I don't know if it shows.
Which one was that?
It's his first movie. It's from 92. It's called Praying Hard or something.
Yeah, I didn't put it on here.
Okay,
I mean, it's got
something
Playing
like
with
that.
Anger, 1992. It doesn't have a score on it.
Praying with Anger, that's what it is. So we're not covering that either. Now there are other movies that he actually wrote and then didn't direct, and then and there's several that he just produced, but we're not going to go over those either. So basically, we're going with the ones that he wrote and directed. And there's a little variant there, but mainly these are all ones that he wrote and directed. And if you guys have watched M. Night movies, you know that his movies are famous, good or bad. His movies are famous for having a twist in them. And some of them don't have twists, actually. I think that was the twist that he didn't put a twist in it. But so I'm here, Josh of the Dead. We have Unbreakable Gregory, and of course, keeping it real Mike with his little green and blue hat on.
Where the horror began right here, man, with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy back in the day, 1969.
Yeah, it is a cool hat, Mike. Yep. You know, you got to have Matthew Lillard sign that.
I should. Yeah, that would be something neat and different. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of little kids still in his line trying to ask for those autographs for all the Scooby-Doo stuff.
Yeah. So, okay. So, Gregory, is there anything you want to say? Mike, anything you want to say before we start this tier list?
I'm
trying to bring up the full list on Rotten Tomatoes over here on the side. So
I love them.
I'll have it as a backup.
Okay.
Yeah, and it didn't help me at all.
Okay. Well, we have Brian Sanchez is here. Hey, Brian. A new person here that I don't recognize. I mean, maybe they were here last time. Anthony Simone is here as well. So cool. And of course, we got Adventures Ahead in the house.
That's the Vanna White of horror, which is Michelle with Adventures Ahead.
Yeah. So let's get started with this tier list, Mike. And let's get started with what movie are we starting with, Mike?
Well, it looks like down here at the bottom we got Glass.
Okay, Glass. Can you make that image bigger, Mike? Like put it in the middle, and you can't.
I can't. I mean, I can't make it any bigger.
Okay, well,
I mean, I can make the screen bigger, but I'll lose the ones on the bottom on the screen. Which, if y'all don't have a problem with that, we can. But
no, it's okay. Oh, okay, yeah, because we want people to be able to see that. Yeah, make it bigger. And then Glass. So the first one we're starting with is Glass. Is that the one is starting with here?
That's the first one on the list. We don't have to start with that one, but
yeah, we can start. Let's start with Unbreakable. Well, do you want to go in order? Because then we'll start with The Sixth Sense. You want to start with that one?
Derek's here. Hello, Real Dead, D&G Explorers.
Hi, Derek. Let's start with The Sixth Sense, Mike.
So the categories is excellent. I know it's kind of boring, but down the road we'll make up some new names like Sucks Butt or whatever, Sucks Cat Butt, whatever.
What?
Excellent, good, okay, not good, and then sucks. Is just kind of how
Okay.
we got it basic.
Yep.
So
Let's
with this particular one, 6 Cents.
I think we can all agree this is like an all-timer. It's the top tier, right? Can you guys agree on that or no?
Yeah, it's okay. No, I'm just playing. I would say it's excellent. Yes.
Yep. I agree. So, Mike, do you have the Rotten Tomatoes on that or no?
I did earlier. I think it was 86.
Okay. So yeah, it's pretty high.
It's the highest from the ones that's on Rotten Tomatoes. Some of them are not on there. It's the highest rated movie according to Rotten Tomatoes with 86. 1999. Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment, and Toni Collette.
Yeah, and I really like the cast here. I think it's great. The twist is amazing when you find out that Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time. That is incredible twist of that movie.
Yeah. Donnie Wahlberg was in it too.
Donnie Wahlberg had a little cameo at the beginning. I thought, like I said, I think it's great. It's definitely top tier M. Night, but he had a hard time living up to that later in his career. But I do say his first 3 movies he released are still really good. So, and to me, like I have once we get done with this tier list, I have a take. But for now, 6 Cents is awesome. What do you guys think?
I think it's one of his best movies, and actually, I think that was the first time I ever saw Toni Collette, and to see her from then to now. I don't know if she did Muriel's Wedding before or after that. I think it was probably before, but she looked really young in that movie. And Haley Joel Osment has always been an awesome actor, and that's I think where I first saw him in that movie as well. And just his range of acting, it's so believable. So it was a good package deal for that movie.
Yeah, I thought so. Mike.
So I had a little bit of a different, perspective on this because I saw it, this is back in what, 99, 90, late 90s?
Yeah, I think 99.
So, the internet was up and around, but it wasn't like it is now. And I remember seeing this movie without seeing the spoiler, without hearing about the spoilers. And I saw it in the movie theater. And it blew me away when his wedding ring or something fell at the very end of it. And it just made me realize everything that was going on with it. And I was like, wow, that's it was a really good twist. And then once you knew that twist, you went back and thought about the movie from the very beginning. So then the second time I went and watched it when it came out on VHS back then, you were like, you picked up on everything. So that's one of those movies I think it's such a classic. It's been tainted. A lot of people can't watch it and not know they've already heard the ending of it.
Right.
It's kind of like Sleepaway Camp there. But
I didn't know about the ending when I watched it.
it kind of messes it up because you already know that if you already know the ending, it kind of ruins it for you.
Right.
That was back in the day when I worked at Hollywood Video, and I remember how popular that movie was. Like shelves of, the box for the movie out there. So, I thought it was.
Yep. Michelle said it was 1999, Mike.
Yep.
Derek, we gotta watch that movie again. It's been a while.
So let's go to the next one, and that is Signs. To me, I rewatched this movie. I really liked it back in the day. I rewatched it, and for me, it didn't hold up as well, to be honest. I would still put it at good. The CGI in it looks really bad, in my opinion. It didn't hold up at all. I mean, when you think, people say, well, that was 99. Well, look at Terminator 2. That was 91, and that CGI still holds up incredible. So it's
they did use a different company for those special effects. So that might be a reason why it was kind of grainy looking also.
Well, but I'm not giving you any passes here, Gregory. They should have they really should have they should have done better with it. The story is excellent. Mel Gibson is very good in this. Joaquin Phoenix is awesome, and we'll see Joaquin again on this list in another movie of his. But yeah, I think it's Rory Culkin is in this. A future Ghostface. So yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I like the story. I did fall asleep for about 20 minutes though in it, and about the middle because it is boring and it does drag. But I'm saying it's good, but I'll wait to hear what your guys' opinions of it is.
Have you seen it, Mike?
Yes, I have seen it. It's been many years ago, but I did see it.
I know Derek and I love alien movies, and we and I have always thought, if that makes sense, we've always thought that movie was really good. And just it adds suspense, like they board up the house, you hear things on the roof and stuff. You don't see anything until, well, you see the one that walks in the backyard, and that was kind of shocking at first because it like happens out of nowhere, and Joaquin Phoenix is like, oh, when he sees it, and then you see the actual one in the house. So I think, aside from the special effects not being that great, but I mean, I still think it works for the movie because it was kind of in a shadow. I would still put it as excellent for me anyway. If there was something between good and excellent, maybe put it there. But I think it's better than good just because of what the story had to offer and the suspense that built up over time. So for me, I'm going to say excellent. It's one of his best movies, I think.
Mike, I just want to say this, Mike. How many excellents is Gregory going to hand out tonight? I'm just wondering here.
You're only allowed 3. You're only allowed 3. Hey, next time we do this, we ought to say, okay, you got so many of these you can hand out.
Oh man, Gregory's not. He's gonna. That would be Gregory's fun. Gonna say he can't be on that show.
I'm not going to say every movie is excellent, but I really do think that one is.
No, I know you, and you know what? You're not alone. There's a lot of people that consider this as good as Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. They do, Mike.
Not according to the critics.
Well, I'm telling you, a lot of people that I've watched, like I've been watching a lot of like people ranking. Signs is always in the top 4 M. Night movies. Always.
Well, it probably is in the top 4. I mean, it got a 75 from critics, 67 for the audience.
Yeah. Mike, so what's your thoughts on this one, Mike?
I think it was good. I do like the suspense of it. I went and saw it at the theater as well. I do remember when I saw it, that was the aliens. And even back then I was like, but I haven't watched it since then. So it wasn't like I've got to see this again. Whereas something like Sixth Sense, I'll watch every 2 or 3 years or every couple of years or something.
Right. So you give it a good?
I would say it's a good. I don't think it's excellent. I think it's good.
Right. Okay. So then we got 1 excellent and 2 good. So we'll put it in good.
I already had it in good.
Okay, good.
I'm going to move them all up to okay when we first start talking about it, and then we'll move them from there.
Wow, Derek said Signs is one of my top 15 movies of all time. Well, but his opinion is null and void because he's never seen Beetlejuice. So,
well, he will see it because I'm going to drag him to see the sequel. So
I know, I'm just teasing. So let's go with the next one, which is Unbreakable. Now I rewatched this movie for the first. I've rewatched this movie. And I don't remember the last time I seen it, but it is excellent. The story really is incredible. This is as close that he ever got to The Sixth Sense. This is an incredible movie. The story, you have incredible actors. Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis were very good in it. And just the story alone is incredible. I really watched this movie and I was like, holy crap, this is really well written. And yeah, I liked it a lot. I would put it in excellent. Mike?
We'll let Gregory be the tiebreaker on this one. I think it's good. Um, excellent would be a little hard for me, but I mean, if Gregory says excellent, we'll move it up there. I do like the storyline on it. It's a little bit slow, I thought, in some parts of it. It was very intense when the little boy has that gun pointing at him, getting ready to shoot him, and man, I was like, man, that was a lot of anxiety. I was like, man, that kid may be thinking his dad really is, which he was.
Yep.
And pull that trigger, and what if he wasn't? I mean, so.
How did you like the twist in this one, Mike?
I did like the twist at the end. I mean, I watched it many years ago, and then I watched it in the last 2 weeks. I think last weekend I did. Watched it again, and I was like, it came back to me. But I'd forgotten the twist at the very end,
Mike.
And I thought the twist was really good.
Well,
Me and
Mike,
Michelle watched it.
This is the thing, Mike. So in Glass, there's a twist on that goes back to this film, and it's awesome. It's awesome, in my opinion. And it ties into Split. It's really well done, Mike. That's why I encourage you to watch Glass, and hopefully you will watch it. But for me, it's excellent. Mike, you said it's good. Gregory, where do you put Unbreakable?
It's good.
Good. Oh.
It's excellent. I would say it's good.
I can't hear him.
Gregory, you're breaking up, buddy. Your internet's lagging. Your California internet, man.
Can you hear me?
You're frozen.
I can hear you now.
Okay. No, I'm still moving around. So I would say it's good. And I had to think about the twist. I was like, oh yeah, it does tie in to Glass. And if you haven't seen Split, you have to watch them in order, of course. But yeah, I would say good. And that scene with the boy was actually pretty intense. So that's one of the most intense scenes in there. So, and I remember when that one came out also, and people were watching it from the video store and all that too. So
right. Well, and we forgot to say the twist in Signs was that the aliens were hurt by water. I mean, to me that's dumb, but I mean, whatever.
Water came back up again in one of his other films.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, what the heck? Like, why would they land on a planet that's mostly water?
A couple times water came up in his films.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So Unbreakable's it good. I'm okay with that. But
so it got a 70 from, just a heads up, it got a 70 from the critics, a 77 from the audience.
Yeah.
Signs got a 75 from the critics and 67 from the audience.
Yep. Okay. So the next one, I think, let me look here. I can't be 100% sure, but I think it's The Visit. If I'm looking at this list right, I think. Oh, no, not The Visit. Sorry, The Village. I'm sorry. The next one's The Village that I think came out next. Now, being totally honest, I never saw this movie before I just watched it this week because I always heard that it was a bad movie. And that the twist sucked. So I already knew the twist going into this and all that the monsters weren't real. And then but the twist on top of that I didn't really know is that they were living in modern times and they just wanted it to be, it basically was a play on, like, these people didn't like the way society was going with the violence and stuff. So they wanted to go to society that was like not violent and stuff. Because they all were in pain because they lost family members or people they knew to violence. And then that's how they all met at like a thing. So at like a counseling session. So that was a pretty good twist. To me, this movie was boring though. Like most of the movie was very boring to me. Yeah, that's where I would put Village. Okay. That for me. Okay. Not great. Nowhere near The Sixth Sense and nowhere near Signs or Unbreakable. But okay. And it has actually a very wonderful cast, in my opinion. So, hey, Mike, what do you think of The Village?
I'm going to go with okay too. Almost not good. I would give it okay though. I'll go in favor of okay.
Did you think it was boring?
Yeah, this
Yep.
this is one of those that you're like by the end of it, you're like, man, I wish it just would have picked up a little more pace. And then, but I mean, it's one, back then I saw it at the theater. I kind of wish I would have saw it on VHS or something or DVD, but I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, the cast I think really uplifts this movie. Like that's what lifts it for me. And like I said, the twist isn't horrible. But yeah, Gregory, what do you think, man?
I remember seeing this in the theater. Well, I think I saw this in the theater. It's enjoyable for me. It's one of the many ones that I do like a lot, but I would probably put it in okay. It's not his best, but it's enjoyable for me, so I would say it's okay.
Yeah, okay. So we'll
Now,
have it okay.
This one got a 44 from the critics and a 57. So it was not a fresh from the audience, but a 57 from the audience.
Okay, so I'm not going by any particular list. I'm just kind of like, hey, what movies do I think came out in order? And I think the next one after The Village
Can I just say Derek made a good point. He said, I like The Village except the ending. The area wasn't that big and the no plane flyover. I question why they couldn't see them. That is valid. I mean, you would think they'd be able to see planes from far away, but apparently they didn't. So I didn't even think about that.
Right. Oh, the next one that came out is Lady in the Water. Now listen, Lady in the Water is like it's like a fairy tale. M. Night puts himself in this movie a ton. I mean, this is the most screen time he had in a movie, I think, so far. Plus, he's like the character that's like saves everything, of course. I mean, he like wrote himself in as like the hero or whatever.
That sounds familiar too.
Yeah, so he did that. But listen, for me, Lady in the Water was better than expected. I thought it was going to be stupid. I would put it okay. I wouldn't say it's not good. I mean, some of the CGI is horrible, like Signs. The CGI reminded me of Signs. It was just bad CGI. But for me, I think Lady in the Water was okay. I went into it thinking very negatively because I heard a lot of negative stuff about it. By the end, I was like, man, that wasn't that bad. Actually, a decent story and a twist to it where, they have these people that are surround them. They all thought they had certain jobs to make this event happen. And then it turned out it was actually other people and they discovered that. And it was actually kind of cool. So I would say Lady in the Water is okay. Mike, did you see this one or no?
If I did, I don't remember it. So I don't think I should be able to judge on it.
Okay. Gregory, what do you think about Lady in the Water?
Well, I'm kind of like Mike in a way, but I have seen it, but it was a late showing in the theater at nighttime, of course, and I remember falling asleep to some of it and then waking up and seeing part, probably because it was so late. But I would say okay, just because I know I've seen it, I don't remember a lot of it, so I will watch it again. But what I remember, it wasn't bad, so I'll say okay.
Right, it was like a fairy tale type thing. That's what it was like a play on, which I thought was okay. Like I said, it wasn't. Am I gonna run out and watch it again? No. Would I watch it in like 5 years? Probably. Would I watch The Happening again? Which that's the next movie. Would I watch that in 5 years? Not a chance in hell. I won't watch that again.
Oh,
The Happening. Oh, what Lady in the Water get for Rotten Tomatoes, Mike? Did it say?
25.
Yeah, bad.
25 and a 49 from the audience.
Okay.
I don't know who David Jones is, Derek.
It was the second worst grossing movie at the box office too for him.
Interesting.
I mean, on the ones that we're reviewing tonight, it was the second worst.
Okay. So the next one's The Happening, Mike. You want to pull that one up? This one sucks, in my opinion. Ain't no way about it. This movie sucks. The acting sucks. The twist sucks. It just sucks, in my opinion. The only thing that's good about this movie is some of the kill scenes. And it's like the first 10 minutes of the movie, you're like, oh, what's going on here? This could be interesting. And then it falls off the cliff once you're introduced to Mark Wahlberg and his acting ability in this movie. It's atrocious. So, yeah, it's horrible. They're running away. The twist is they thought there are all these rumors that they thought that this nerve gas, that it would make people kill themselves. But it wasn't nerve gas at all. It's actually the plants releasing toxins, and the wind carried it, and it like made people die. So in one part in the movie, Mike, they're literally running from the wind. It's stupid. Gregory, your thoughts?
Well, if it's in the wind, how else are they going to survive? They have to run from the wind, but
You can't outrun the wind, man.
well, it's a movie, but I know what you mean. So, I mean, I took it as, nature or the earth trying to correct things that, man might have messed up. So it was trying to fight back is what I got out of it. I wouldn't say sucks. I wouldn't say not good. I would say okay. Because I do enjoy a lot of aspects of it. Is it the best movie? No. Is it the best acting? No. But it's not horrible where
Yes,
I'm never going to watch it again. I've seen worse movies than that. I would
Trap?
We're not going to that yet.
No. Trap is better than The Happening. To me, The Happening is the definite worst movie on this list. I mean, even Old is better than this.
I have not seen this, and I think we have to play in the middle here. Josh, we know you think it sucks. Gregory says it's okay, so let's go with not good.
Yeah, we'll put it not. I'm okay
I haven't
with not
seen
good.
it. Now, I will say this: as far as scoring, it's one of the worst scoring on Rotten Tomatoes that he's got. It's got an 18 and a 24.
Yep, it's horrible.
But we'll move it. I'll move it up to not good. That's in the middle of sucks and okay.
Mike, you're like echoing or something now.
I don't think it's really you.
Me?
Yep.
I hear it when you talk.
I hear it when you talk.
I don't hear it at all.
Oh.
So let me mute my.
Okay. So yeah, let's go on to the next one, and it is. I'm gonna look at this list. Let me see. The Happening. I think the next one is The Visit. Out of this list.
Okay. We'll move it up to okay to start with.
Okay, so for me, The Visit kind of brought M. Night back. Mike, should I get out of this and come back in if you think it's me?
You can try, but that's what happens ever so often with you, Josh. I mean, I think I've tested before by putting myself on mute when it's just you and I and somebody else, and it's usually, I think it's you.
Oh yeah, Michelle said it's lots of echo. So yeah, I'll get out of here.
Okay, me and Gregory can talk about The Visit until you get back. Right, you there, Gregory?
I saw The Visit in the theater, and that was a fun movie actually. Have you seen it?
Yes, I really liked it. To be honest with you, I was telling Josh I really did like it.
Yeah, the twist I thought was really good. I thought it was suspenseful. It was scary in the fact that could happen in real life too.
Hello.
Huh?
I was just saying hello. Am I still bad echoey? Yep, I am.
It's like a
hey, let's try something real quick. I'm gonna mute Gregory and let's see if it's Gregory. All
Hello?
right, Josh.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello. I think it's fixed.
So it's Gregory that's echoing.
Yep, we need to mute him then when we're talking. No, seriously.
So
Sorry, Gregory.
we're gonna have to mute you until we call you on you, Gregory. Sorry about that. Josh is.
Mike, what did you say? We went from 9 people to 5 because we're having these issues, Mike.
Don't blame it on me, man. It's you. So The Visit, I liked it. Gregory said he saw it at the movie theater. Man, the old people walk around the house, and then that scene up underneath the house and the grandma crawling around. To me, that was freaky. And then the twist at the end of it.
Well,
the only thing crazy to me about that movie is who in the hell's going to stick their kids on a bus or something to go see somebody and not have any kind of talk to them or see facts or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. So Michelle said maybe his volume is too loud, Mike. That's what's causing the echo.
Yeah, it could be.
Gregory, turn your volume down on whatever your.
Also, if you got YouTube up, it echoes too. So you'd have to make sure the volume on YouTube is down if you got YouTube up.
You have to unmute him, Mike.
Is that better?
Hello?
Is that better?
Yep, you're not echoing. I don't think so.
Okay, so it's probably the mic close to the screen. Okay.
Hello?
Cool.
Nope, I heard it again. Wait, did I? Hello? I don't know. Oh, Michelle said sounds good now.
Okay.
See, I knew it was Gregory screwing stuff up.
Oh, okay. I liked The Village. I saw it in the theater. It had a good twist.
The Visit.
Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Village.
Oh, yeah, The Visit. They're V names. I don't know. The only thing that kind of was maybe annoying was the kid with his rapping or whatever at times throughout the movie. But then at the end with the credit scene, that was kind of cool. Like it all came together. So I mean, that wasn't that bad. But yeah, it was a really good twist. I've only seen it once, so I need to see that again.
Dude, the diaper scene with the grandpa and the kid. Oh my.
See, I don't remember that. I need to watch it again.
Oh my, right, Mike?
But I would say good, in my opinion, for that movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah. I would say The Visit. Yeah, I'd say The Visit is good. Dude, but that's what kind of like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I can't put The Visit, though, in the same category as Unbreakable. But, like, for me, I could never do that. But The Visit is good. So, I guess it's good. So let's go to the next one here on the list. I think The Visit was kind of like, hey, man, M. Night's back. He's got, like, a lot of people, I have watched a lot of videos, and a lot of people complain and say that this movie had a very predictable twist, though, The Visit. But.
And it was rated R, wasn't it? I think it was rated R.
Yeah.
So he did more in this one, I think.
Okay, so I think the next one is Split, if I'm not mistaken.
And that one was rated R also, of course. I think.
Yep.
Okay, so Gregory, what do you want to talk about Split?
So for Split, I thought James McAvoy, his acting was like awesome. Like he broke barriers with being able to play. What is it? I mean, there were like 20-something people in the character's head. You didn't see all of them, but like at a split second, he would go from one character to another. It's like, wait, weren't you just talking one way and now you're talking a completely different way? So it was almost like he himself had split personality. He was that good with his acting. I really think it upped the ante on this movie. I personally would put this movie in the excellent category myself, just because of his acting alone, the story, the complexity of his character. I think it was awesome just as its own movie, even if it wasn't part of a trilogy. Being its own movie, it was an excellent movie in my opinion.
So yeah, to me, I couldn't put this in excellent because this is not above Unbreakable, in my opinion. This one is very good, and I would put it in the good category. The acting is great. What's that girl's name? Taylor Joy, I think her name is, or whatever. She's from The Witch. She's really good in this movie. They actually have a subplot of how she was abused and she's still damaged to this day from it. And that's how she ends up surviving this movie, is because she is damaged. And that's what the Beast, he respects people that are damaged. He doesn't like the perfect and prim and people that had, fortunate lives and different things like that. So I think this movie is very good, but I hesitate to put it at excellent, in my opinion, because of that.
Not so fast, Joshua. You've been outnumbered this time. We're going excellent on this one.
No way. This is better than Unbreakable.
It is definitely better. It's definitely better than Unbreakable.
This ending falls flat.
78 from the critics, 79 from the audience. The acting is incredible. The storyline is incredible.
No, the ending is falls flat though.
I think it's better than Unbreakable.
No.
Unbreakable's slow at times as well. So
ending,
I agree with Gregory. Listen, this is a democracy, right? We are voting. We're not just going to say what it is.
No
so
way.
You've been outnumbered on this one. Gregory said excellent, and I say excellent.
Okay.
What's the next one, Josh?
The next one would be, you got Split. I can't remember if it's, I guess I can't go in complete order because I don't, these 1, 2, 3, I don't know the order of these. So I'm going to say,
We'll
just say Glass. We'll just go with Glass being next. I don't know if that's really, to me, Glass is good. It's really good, actually. Very good. I really love the twist in this, how they tie it back to this. They tie Split and Unbreakable together with Glass by an incident that happened in Unbreakable. And you don't find that out till like basically the end of the movie, which is really cool. Oh yeah, but it also Split had an awesome ending where you find out that Split is in the Unbreakable universe by seeing Bruce Willis at the end of that movie, with Split as well. But Glass can be a little boring at times because there's a lot of they're in one kind of area, mental institution. But the story is very good. The ending, for me, I really liked it. They did I thought they took some chances with the ending, and some people might not like that. But I like the chances they took. And, Glass is good for me.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yep.
So I'm going to have to disagree with you again. I would put it in the excellent category because everything comes together in this. You have 3 amazing characters, and then you have this doctor, this new character that comes in, and you don't even really know too much about her until the end.
Right.
But I liked how again, James McAvoy is acting again, and then Bruce Willis is back, and then you got Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson was probably more of a supporting role. He didn't get as much screen time as the other 2, in my opinion. But
no,
I just like that there was a twist also when I think it was Bruce Willis's son explaining what happened, and then Glass goes, "Not yet," because he didn't want the truth to be exposed yet. So actually, it was Glass, his fault for tampering with the train when whenever the character of Split was in there, or his father was on the train. So that's how he lost his father. And that's how he kind of just went, mentally crazy with all these different people in his head. So he made all these
Right. And
different
just
people.
like Glass said, I made both of you. You just took longer to make, but I made both
Yeah.
of you the way you are. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was cool to see Bruce Willis's character fight the Beast. That was cool. A couple times when they tangled, because you have a
Yeah.
guy that's freaking basically Superman that didn't know he was Superman fighting, a guy that's superhuman strength and like a beast. I mean, it was awesome. It was really cool to see that.
There was that twist, but there was a couple twists in this movie towards the
That's
end.
right. There was more than one. There was like two, I think, or three almost.
I mean, she ended up calling them to be killed, basically. So because she worked for a group,
Secret society. Yep.
and they knew of people that were superhuman, and they were like, there can't be anybody on Earth that's like God. It's not fair.
Right.
So they're trying to hunt them down. So
And
that's
kill them.
the second twist. And then there's a third twist.
Yep.
With everything being recorded and her not knowing. Glass used all these cameras against her.
Yep.
And she told him, we have every angle covered. Well, that's great. So now I'm going to use that against you, which is why he was finagling with the computer. And now everybody knows. So now their whole group or whatever they call themselves is basically coming down to a crash. So now everybody knows.
Right.
I
Right.
thought
Yeah.
it was an excellent movie.
Yeah. Oh, Michelle says, I think Glass might be better than Split for her. Yeah, I mean, it is really good. She said after rewatching it today. Yeah, Glass is very good. Like I said, it does have some slow moments in the mental institution, but the story is very solid. All three twists hit really well, in my opinion. I mean, this might be, like I said, I think one of the best, probably the best twist since like The Sixth Sense. I mean, honestly, it has to be up there. I would say Glass is good, but you said excellent, Mike. You haven't seen it, so
it has
just a heads up. The critics gave it a 37, and the audience gave it a 66.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the critics can shove it up their ass. This is definitely not a 37.
It had the most twists in any M. Night Shyamalan movie that I know of, anyway. I mean, 3 twists in one movie.
Right, but
excellent.
Mike would watch this and hate it, no matter if he liked it or not, just because the critics from Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 37. Gregory, that's what would happen.
Probably because of your obnoxiousness right now. I'd probably give it a sucks ass.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't. Like I said, I'm going to make this statement. Unbreakable, Split, and Glass is the best thing that M. Night did. Like those three movies combined, you combined all three of them into a trilogy, it's the best work he's done. And it in my opinion, it would defeat any singular movie that he ever put out.
They're all three up there with The Sixth Sense, though.
Right. Well, I'm saying once you combine them all, like I think it's better than Sixth Sense. When you watch the whole complete story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's that good. But this was like a trilogy that no one knew they wanted or that knew that they were going to get. It just happened, like 20 years later. So it's pretty cool that way. And I'm glad that Bruce Willis got to do it before, he started to decline and all that. So
yeah,
it's really good.
He's actually the one actor that has worked the most with M. Night Shyamalan. He's been in 4 movies with him, so they collaborated well with each other and worked well with each other.
Yep. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is Old. This movie sucks, in my opinion. I don't like the twist. I mean, some of the things that happen are okay, but it just, to me, it sucks. I didn't enjoy it at all, and I'd probably never rewatch it. I was excited to see it too, because I was like, oh, cool concept. And he has that with, like, even The Happening, you're like, oh, kind of a cool concept, but the execution's horrible, just like Old. To me, this movie sucks. Gregory?
So this was really different. This was a different movie for him. Derek and I watched it together because we never saw it before. The concept, was kind of out there. And then when you do find out the twist, like we were watching it, and when, I think either I said it during or after, I said it makes you leery about like going on an excursion now and going to some private
Some resort,
island
you know?
area, yeah, or a resort, and then not being able to get back through what you just went through. I mean, it just really plays with your mind like that. I think it did have a couple holes or downfalls because they didn't really explain, like the little boy, gave a. You haven't seen it, Mike? You said.
No, I saw it at the theater.
Oh, okay. So the little boy gave him that decoder thing saying his uncle is afraid of the reef, but they never explained why, but they ended up going through it and they got through and you know they were able to be saved and then they brought the people down and everything. But it was just sad that they're using people as guinea pigs to make medicine, to prolong people's life and stuff. And it was just that whole area was backfiring on people and sucking the life out of them, basically. So like one day would equal like so many years. I mean, you just see people falling like flies. It was crazy. And
Well,
then that
the
lady
reason-
that died, her body was like gone in less than a day.
Right. Well, the reason why they do that is because they test out medications on people, and they can see the long-term effects of medications on people.
Yeah.
Because you live your life in a matter of a day or two. You know what I mean? So
They
can
gave them their drink with the,
Right. Right.
the one thing that was really creepy, that lady, she was like all into beauty and into herself, and she's like, you don't want to get a humpback. And she got a humpback when she got older. She had the most horriblest death because she had a calcium deficiency. So anything she hit as she aged, she broke stuff. And then she was just thrashing around, and her body was like all mangled and everything. So like her bones punctured her inside, and that's probably how she didn't make it. But I it's not a bad movie. I would put it in okay. I don't know how much I'd watch it again, but I would say it's an interesting concept. So it's not bad, but it's not the greatest. So I would say
Right, but we're not going off concepts. We're going off the execution, Gregory, and the execution sucked.
I'm going off the whole experience and the execution. I think the execution was okay. Just like I said, it had some holes in it though.
Mid-size sedan is one of the characters' names. That rapper's name is Mid-size Sedan, Gregory.
Well, I know you sound like you really want one that sucks. So if you want to put it in sucks, then go.
We're doing the democracy on this. You say okay. Josh says sucks. I'm
So
gonna
let's
go
do
in the
not
middle. I'm gonna
good.
go in the middle with not good.
Okay.
I'll be okay with not good.
It's not good. That's the first somewhat. It's not even really a horror movie that I ever took Anthony to see when he was little. But the end of it just kind of, I was like, damn, why'd I watch this whole movie for this at the end? So I would say it's definitely, I think it's not good.
Yep.
But I mean, critic score wise, it got a 50 and I mean, if you look at it compared to other ones and even audience score wise, it got a 50 and a 53, which is still not fresh, but it's middle of the road.
Right. So,
I mean, Derek had a good point. It makes you okay to think about what pharmaceutical companies do to make money. And he actually liked the movie. So, but yeah, it does make you think.
So the next one is Knock at the Cabin. Now, I really enjoy this movie. This movie is actually really good. I enjoyed this a lot. For me, I would say Knock at the Cabin is good. It's good to okay. It's definitely not excellent. But it's like okay to good. It's like somewhere floating in the middle. Like, to me, it's not as good as Unbreakable. It's not as good as The Visit or Glass. But I'd say it's about the same level as Signs. And we have that up there. It's better than Lady in the Water and The Village. So, like I said, I think I would put it in good. I do like this movie. The cast is pretty good. I like the story. Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, Dave Bautista was really good in it. He could show that he was a dramatic actor. And yeah, I don't really remember the twist, to tell you the truth, but one of you guys probably can explain it. But yeah, I would say it's pretty good.
So what you're saying is it's good.
Yeah.
Just because you said that word, I don't know how many times right now.
It's good for the
Well,
algorithm.
like me and Margaritaville, right?
Yep.
I would agree with you. I would put it in the good category. Derek and I liked it, and I liked how the story unfolded as you went along. You're like, why is this person just walking through the forest talking to this little girl like some kind of creep? And, the story unfolds more, and then, you see things on the news, and it's like, oh, well, that's just coincidence. And then things start unfolding more, and the ending we liked a lot as well. I don't want to say everything, but what did you guys think? It was rated R for what I remember, because it was kind of horror-ish. There was blood and stuff and killings.
Didn't one of the dads like sacrifice himself for the world or whatever?
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah,
it's a gay
okay.
couple that sacrifice themselves to save the world. So
Well, one of the dads did, right? Not
yeah,
both.
one of them.
Right.
Yeah, I really like this movie. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I watched it at home. Me and my wife did, and I like the biblical references back to it and going back and reading it and some of the the end of times, and then the newscasts and what was going on, and then you kind of the whole time wondering, are these guys just crazy? Are these guys coming out here some like kind of cult, or is it a real deal? So you didn't know. It really played on if people were, was it real or not? I mean, you didn't know if it was the 3 or 4 people going crazy, or is there truth to this? So that's what the twist I liked in it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can all agree it was good.
Yep.
Okay, so now we got his newest movie that just came out, and it's called Trap. And it's listen, it starred Josh Hartnett, who I think we all can agree did a really good job in this movie. I mean, I think some of the direction that he was given might have made his character a little goofy at times, but I think that was it. I think that was the direction from M. Night. I don't think it was his acting, because I've watched him in a lot of movies and he's a good actor. So, yeah, the twist in this movie, to be honest, there really wasn't one, in my opinion. I mean, people can say, "Oh, it was this and that, and it was this and that," but to me, the twist is that you saw the twist in the trailer that he's a killer, and yeah, the movie had a lot of problems. It had a lot of holes. And one of the issues that I have with the Trap is that it just kept going on and on and on, and it just wouldn't know when to flip and end. And somehow this guy kept slipping away from the authorities constantly. And all he had to do was just put a hoodie on, and he could get away from anybody. So, yeah, I think the movie had a lot of issues. Also focused on M. Night's daughter, who is a talented singer, and I think she wrote the songs, but it focused way too much on her, way too much on the concert and on her, especially when she became a main character in this movie. And a lot of that didn't work for me. So for me, Trap is not good for me. Trap is not good. That's where I'd put Trap. Mike? Well, let's go to Gregory, because he's an unknown for us. He's going to say excellent, I think. Mike, what do you think?
I'm not going to say excellent. So
I'll say he's going to say good. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Yeah, I am going to say it was good. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a fun movie, actually. I thought the excitement of well, first of all, so I'm just going to put everything out there. So the excitement of seeing Josh Hartnett coming back and having a main role in this movie, which he hasn't really had a starring role in a movie that I know of before, and just the excitement of the concert. M. Night Shyamalan tried to make it as real as possible, which, yes, they're going to have a lot of different songs that they're going to sing. Was her acting the best? No. Can she sing? Yes. I thought her acting was good, like the emotional stuff. And then when she was in the house, now some things I'll be like, no, that's not going to happen. For one, with all of that security, there's no way that they're going to let her go into that room alone with somebody that she doesn't really know. Even though they said, oh, the people that are closest to her, they're okay, they can pass. I don't know how well that or how real that would actually happen. There was a twist in the movie because the trailer makes you think that the concert is the trap. It's not. It's the house that's the trap. At the end, when the cop was there and said, we'll have a whatever car out there all night long. And she said, okay. And then things started to happen. And whoever's watching and doesn't want to hear this, don't pay attention. But so the thing with the cake, the cop helped with that. They put that powder under the cake. That's why she served it to him. And then it caused him to not be coherent that much. And they were already waiting in the house. They set the trap. They knew he was going to come back. That's where the trap was.
Right, but that was a horrible twist, in my opinion. I mean, I hated it. I don't think, and I think it's a weak twist, Gregory. I really do. Also, you don't think M. Night, by putting his daughter in that position, you don't think that's like really bad nepotism there, Gregory?
Explain what you mean.
I mean, nepotism means like you are putting, your child or whoever in this because they're your child, not because they should be in this position.
Well, I mean, she could sing. She wrote all the songs for the movie, and I mean, it's better than trying to get some, huge singer to be in the movie. But I could see where you're coming from. Like, yes, I'm showcasing my daughter,
right?
But she could also sing. So I think he took the opportunity to show everybody that she could sing. But yes, it is showcasing as well. But it's also a concert, so you're showcasing in a concert. So people can look at it different ways. Mm-hmm. But all in all, I think the movie for me was good. And I liked when she was in the bathroom and she yelled out, he's the butcher is the name. And he was still trying to stay calm and, not hurt his family. But even though, in his mind, he was ready to erupt and just go crazy on her. So it did have flaws. The thing with the bike and picking the lock and all that, it does have flaws, but it also leaves room for a sequel, which I don't know if they're ever going to do, but
I hope not.
I didn't think it was as bad as some people said. And I looked at reviews and some people actually think it's a good movie. I'll tell you, it's probably one of my favorite movies of M. Night Shyamalan. Doesn't mean it's excellent, and I saw Mike say, wow. And that's why I said your mouth will probably drop when I say that. But I did enjoy it a lot.
So you put it excellent. So you would put it in a good category. You would put it with Glass and Knock at the Cabin and The Visit and Unbreakable and Signs. You would put it there?
Well, it's a good movie, but
where would you put it?
I'd probably put it in the okay.
Okay. Mike, where are you putting this one?
I mean, I've already said my, video on this. Now, to be fair, 55 from the critics, 65 from the audience. So the audience does like it overall.
Yeah.
So far. And it's only been out 2 weeks.
I think it's
I
been
just
growing.
kind
That's
of
why.
go back to what you said, Josh. I just I said it in the video. I hated everything about this movie. Other than I like Hartnett's acting. I thought the singing, she is a good singer. I thought it was way too much of her singing, way too much security guards. And think about this. The trailer was their initial trap was they knew he was there at the concert. Do you think the FBI, knowing that you got a serial killer at a concert, would set a trap up with all these guns and all these security and tell everybody working there the code names and give them a card? I mean, it's just so far fetched.
Yeah, it's
Like
stupid.
things would have to. It was so unbelievable. Things would have to be fall like in perfect. There's just no other. I mean, it
It's
was
like
just
they got
so.
it's like they got Jigsaw working for him, who can read exactly what's going to happen to people. That's what he
Well,
says.
and I hate to say that taking away because I like Josh Hartnett. I've always liked
Me
him. I think
too.
he's a good
Me
actor.
too. Me too. Same.
And I don't think he did a bad job. I don't think the girl, his daughter in this movie, did a bad job of acting. I do think M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Salik, was not a good actress.
Nope.
Now it's one of her first probably movies she's been in. She's young. She's probably going to get better over time. I did read something. No, I don't read much. I did hear something. It said, yeah, if it's not beer, barbecue, or the Bible, I'm not reading it. That he actually made this movie initially to promote his daughter, and then got the idea about the script about doing the trap based off this. So that's one reason why it feels like it is so much about her, is because it originally started out about her. So I'm going to say it sucks. Josh, you said it's not good, and we're pretty wide off here. So I'm
I'd say
fine
not
with.
good.
I think in the middle would be okay or not good between all
Yeah.
three of us. So
Well, you said sucks. I said not good. Gregory said okay. So I guess it goes to not good because okay, it's not okay because it doesn't go that high, and that's not sucks because it's not that low because of Gregory
do
said
you
it's
think
okay.
it's? I mean, I haven't seen Lady in the Water, but so you think it's Josh? You think it's worse than Lady in the Water?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. Yes. Lady in the Water doesn't have that many issues, in my opinion. The story actually is better in Lady in the Water. And you don't have a concert of some girl singing a bunch of songs being pushed on you for half the movie. Yep. So
Okay.
yeah. So let's
That's
look
a
at this tier.
pretty good list overall. I mean, we had 2 excellents, 5 good, 2
Yep.
okay. So look, if you look at this, that's 7. That's 9 out of these 12 movies we said were okay, if not good to excellent.
So what is your top 3 M. Night movies, Gregory? Out of all of these, it doesn't have to be in any order, just 3 of your top movies of his. What's your 3 top? I know mine. If you don't know yours, I'll say mine. Let you guys think about it. Mine is Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. That would be my top 3 movies of his, just because the story of over all 3 movies, overarching, is really good. So I'm going with those 3 movies are my favorite.
Can you scroll down a little, please, Mike, so I can see the others? I just don't remember them.
Wait a minute. You think some of the not good are part of your top 3, Gregory?
No, I'm just trying to remember.
Teasing.
I'm trying to remember all the names. So, I would say out of all of them, like ones that I would actually watch over again, I would say The Sixth Sense. I would say The Trap for sure. I would watch The Trap again. A lot of these I have not watched. I've only watched one, or I haven't watched them again really. So Sixth Sense, Trap, and
Scroll up a little bit, Mike. Yeah.
yeah. And I'd probably say Knock at the Cabin.
Okay. Mike, what are your top three?
Sixth Sense, Split, Unbreakable.
Okay, that's a good list too. Yep, that's good. I think for me, the thing with Sixth Sense that I mean, it is excellent. Obviously, I think it's it's excellent. But the thing for me, I think over time it diminishes just when you know the twist. Because for that movie, everything is about the twist, and so it's an excellent twist. That's why it's an excellent. But once you watch it the first time, it's really good, and you shocked by this twist. Then when you watch it a second or third time, you're like looking and noticing stuff. But I think after that, the story diminishes, in my opinion. I think it would. In Unbreakable, Split, and Glass, I don't think it diminishes because it's not all hinged on the twist. That's how I feel about that. But
wasn't there something in the Sixth Sense with the color red?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I remember that there was a red balloon. I think there was a red doorknob or a red door or something. What was that all about?
I don't remember, but they also remember that was in The Village too, where it's the color red is not that we speak of, and they would bury it and all this. And also, I think The Village kind of says a lot about like people that are like people like in religions as well, where like they just knew, like they were indoctrinating these people at a very young age about the rules of the village. And I think that has a lot to say about like religion in some aspects. I don't know where M. Night stands on religion, but to me, it's kind of like that, like where like they're teaching these kids at a young age these monsters are real, this and that, and they believe it like it's true when it's not. And I think that had to go with like a religious aspect too. Not that I'm saying it's not real or whatever, but you believe what you want to believe. But I think maybe that was a message in that when I was watching it. For me, I was like, okay, because they were telling them all these different things, like you can't have the color red because it attracts these monsters. You can't do this and that, and like this is the gospel to these people, in the village. And I thought that was interesting, to be honest. So
do you think
this is Michelle's Sixth Sense unbearable, she said.
Unbreakable.
And Glass. She's not talking about Mike, I don't think. Unbearable. I'm not sure.
Oh,
wow. And Glass. Yeah, that's a good list, hon. She had a good list. So yeah, is there anything else you guys want to say here?
I'm excited to see
do you think Sixth Sense kind of runs into the same category as like the Blair Witch Project, where the ending and knowing that it's not real? Like the whole thing with the Blair Witch Project was, I know it's not an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but the whole thing in the lore about it when it first came out was this was real film that was found.
Yeah, but the Sixth Sense, no one walked into that thinking that was a real movie, Mike. That's different.
No, but the whole time you're watching it, what I'm saying is the ending spoiled it all. Just like the Blair Witch Project, once it came out that it was not real, it kind of ruined it for a lot of people.
I don't think so. I rewatched that. I thought it holds up really well.
I've never seen it.
I think as a film, it's still rewatchable. I could probably watch the Blair Witch Project tonight. I mean, I could watch Sixth Sense tonight too. I could watch both of them. I think I don't think it diminishes it. I think the Sixth Sense, like I said, once you know that twist is coming, though, it's still a good movie, and it's without the twist. Even without that twist, even with knowing the twist, it's a good movie. It's good acting. It's all those things. But like I said, I think over time it doesn't hold up as well after repeated watches. For me personally, that's my opinion. Then like a better story arc over all this time of Glass and all that. But no, the Blair Witch Project's really good still. And if you think about what they had to work with that movie, it makes it even better in my opinion, because they were working with nothing. It's awesome.
Kind of like the original Halloween. They had a very low budget, but it made a lot of money.
Right. I don't know what the budget is compared to Halloween and Blair Witch, but I would think Blair Witch had a lot less money than Halloween, but maybe it didn't. I don't know. So yeah, this is actually really fun. I like doing the tier list. Mike, we got to do more of these for sure. Gregory,
Yeah, we ought
list?
to do one sometime for like Friday 13th or Halloween or Scream.
I liked it this way. Yeah.
Yep. So, yep. And then, like you said, we'll yeah, we could do. Well, Halloween would be a long one because there's like a million movies, but it would still be fun. I'm trying to think what movie series doesn't have a lot. Like if you did Saw, that's 10. If you did Friday the 13th, that's freaking a ton.
It's 12.
Right. So we got to think of a series that doesn't have as many. Scream doesn't. Scream only has 6. That would be okay.
That would be hard to do too.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about Scream. It would be. I mean, because I already. Well, to me, there's only 2 films that are in the excellent. I mean, we don't want to get into this now, but yeah. And then you go varied. I don't think no Scream movie belongs in sucks, in my opinion. No, I mean, they just. I don't know, but so today I was actually looking at something online. Like I meant to screenshot and send it to you, but someone it was called the Scream trilogies, and they had like 8 different ways you can take all the Scream movies as a whole and make just a bunch of different trilogies out of them. And it was very interesting. And like different movies and different trilogies, from the Scream franchise, and they all had different names. I thought it was kind of cool. Kind of like how they do with Halloween, where you have, the H2O timeline, the H4O timeline, the original timeline, like kind of like that. And that's what they were using in Scream movies. And I thought it was really cool. But anything else you guys want to say about M. Night? Mike, I know you're not a big fan of his movies, though. You kind of were saying earlier.
I mean, I like Split, Sixth Sense, Sign was okay, Unbreakable was good, The Visit, Glass was good, Knock at the Cabin. So for me to say I'm not, this is my problem with him. I don't consider him really horror. And I'm more into the horror than the mystery type stuff. I don't know. I'm just, that's my thing. My jam is horror movie, and I don't really consider his movies thriller or horror. I mean, Sixth Sense more like a thriller to me. There's some horror aspects when that dead person walks through the house, the dead bodies.
Right, I was gonna say, because I think why they consider it kind of horror is because it does deal with ghosts and stuff like that. I think that's why they put it in that category. But I mean, they were claiming that Trap is a horror movie. I don't see it. I don't see Trap as a horror movie at all.
It's like there's suspense thrillers is what I would say. Like Michelle said, suspense. I would say suspense thrillers for the most part.
Yeah.
I think if he took it to the R rating instead of the PG-13 on a lot of these, he probably could do a lot more too.
Yeah.
Well, right. Look, like Split is rated R. Other one's rated R. Oh, Knock at the Cabin's rated R. Those are rated high for us.
The Visit was rated R. If the Trap was rated R, there could have been so much more done with that. I mean, he did some things, but they didn't really show it really. So, but yeah.
The Trap was me going to the movies to see that one.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what he has to do, in the future. I think it's been like 2 years since Knock at the Cabin, so probably another 2 years we'll have another movie out.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I always kind of look forward to his movies, good or not. So I think like a couple years ago, there was rumors that he was actually rebooting Tales from the Crypt. Did you know that?
I thought I heard something about that.
Yeah. There was rumors that he actually was rebooting Tales from the Crypt. I don't know if he could handle that well or not. But I think the time is right for a reboot of Tales from the Crypt, like on HBO or something. I think the time is right I think a show like that would do really well at this point in time with horror, how big horror cons are and all this stuff. I think Tales from the Crypt would do really well. But okay, well,
series I need to see.
We better get out of here, huh, Mike?
Yeah, I got to cut a video for Cuckoo.
Okay,
thanks
guys.
for having me on again.
Yes, no
Appreciate it,
problem.
Greg.
Man. Yep. Bye, guys.
Bye.